Hello and welcome everybody. This is the inaugural episode of Trains with Shane. And our first episode, we're going to take a look at the Bachmann N scale GP40 in MKT colors from Missouri, Kansas, and Texas. This was my home railroad when I was a kid growing up in the 80s. MKT was bought by Missouri Pacific in the late 80s, which was at that time in the process of being purchased by Union Pacific. So MKT, or Katy as it's usually known, is and has been part of Union Pacific's conglomerate since the late 1980s, early 1990s. Union Pacific put together a heritage unit, but it is the older red scheme, not the safety green that is what I grew up with. So anyway, I purchased this unit brand new off of eBay from a retailer on there called JT's Trains and Things, or excuse me, JT's Trains and Stuff. I'll put a link to his store in the description. It was only $72 US with free shipping, which I thought was a pretty good deal. I'm just now getting back into N-scale model railroading. I kind of gave it a half-hearted try about 5 years ago when I was getting back into HO scale. And I had purchased a bunch of old Bachmanns and this old lifelike engine here, which was kind of a dog. This Atlas, which was manufactured by Kato back in the 80s, which is actually really good for its time, and there's a real smooth runner. But I was just kind of tired of fiddling around with used stuff, so I wanted to buy my first new in-box locomotive, so here it is. So as you can see, MKT green. Let's get a shot at the end plate here. Road number 231. Standard nice plastic box. Protective film. Get rid of those. And see, we get the standard Bachmann documentation, warranty, exploded view, parts lists. This is a DC only locomotive. I don't think that they offer one with DCC and sound, which is unfortunate. I probably would have bought that one. Something of note, though, is that it looks like it wouldn't be too hard to modify this one for sound, because as you can see, there's an enclosure space available for a speaker. I'm not going to bother taking this apart for the purposes of this review. We're just going to review it out of box. So overall, not a bad looking unit. As N-scale often is, the hand guards and guardrails are a little bit oversized, but not terribly so. They're still thin. They're fairly sturdy, though. They're not incredibly flexible, so you probably won't have to worry too much about bending them or breaking them unless you really ham-fist it. We've got good detail on the front of the cab here. We have some wiper details, which appear to be separately applied. I don't know if that shows up in the video here. If they are not, and they are molded into the windscreens, then they are done very well so, because they are raised and then painted. We have our number boards here. Focus. Road number 231. Knuckle couplers, front and back. I believe these are Bachmann's own in-house Easy Mate couplers, but they are spring-loaded. They don't use the typical sliding plastic tab that I have found on some of their HO offerings, which I'm not a fan of. But solid cab windows with frames. Pretty good detail molded into the sides here. The paint is nice and opaque. The lines are very crisp. There are some very, very small details right here on the base, which I can't see with the naked eye. Truck detail is also pretty good. This is an 8-wheel drive unit. Both trucks do pick up power. Go around to the back. We see the tail lights and number boards back here. I'm shooting all this on a GoPro, guys, so I'm sorry if the focus kind of wanders, because it's kind of hard to tell on the screen. Go up to the top. You see the 3 radiator fans, which are indicative of the GP40s. Dynamic brake fan, which is interesting because the majority of the MKT units, especially the Jeeps, weren't ordered with dynamic brakes. I haven't checked to see if dynamic brake is prototypical for road number 231, but I will add that information down in the description if I get it. It's fairly heavy. Not the heaviest N-scale unit that I have. Interestingly, that title goes to one of the old Bachmann manufactured in China units, which is a Chesty Systems F unit of some kind. It's very heavy, and also sports metal drive gears, which this one does not have. This one has standard plastic drive gears, which is probably an upgrade over the white nylon that a lot of units come with, which is prone to shrinking and cracking over time. So I'm hoping to get a lot of use out of that. So now that we're done with the tabletop on the disgusting workbench, let's take it over to the layout and see how it performs on the track. Alright guys, iPhone video activate. We are over here on the switching layout. We're just using a battery powered Roku Han controller here, DC operation. Like I said, it's DC only. Let's give it a twirl here. Try a little slow speed maneuver. It wants to go. Not bad, a little jittery, and then it stops. Shaky camera, activate. Not too bad. Little stutter there at the track joint. Okay, stop. Let's bring it back. Stuttered. Let's power it up a little bit. Really quiet and smooth. Much more so than any of my older engines, even the Kato manufactured Atlas. Stop that there. Lighting is non-directional, so unfortunately you get both ends any which way you go. I don't have any rolling stock with knuckle couplers attached right now, unfortunately. It's all on its way. I've got a bunch of old cars with Rapido couplers, but nothing new yet. That should have been here today, but FedEx decided it didn't want to deliver, which is fine. So we will have to get to a pulling test another time. So guys, I want to wrap this up here. Bachmann MKT GP40 in N scale DC, worth $72 with free shipping. I think so. It's not a ton more than you pay for most used locomotives I've seen on eBay recently. You might be able to get it even cheaper if you search around, but that's the best price I found in a quick search. Like I said, I ended up with Bachmann because I was looking for an MKT locomotive as my first new foray back into N-scale. And I think they put together a pretty good one. Certainly not Kato quality, but what is. So, anyways, guys, if you liked the inauguration of Trains with Shane here on the I Saw It Online YouTube channel, smash that like button. Give a comment down below. If there's anything you want to see, I would really like to post some new some train content. So with that, I'm going to sign off, and hopefully I will catch you guys later. Thanks.